race in the battle for the national championship. A battle that involves Scott Parker and Chris Carr, a pair of teammates who each come in here with a very interesting story. Carr hopes to erase the memory of his smoking motorcycle at this race a year ago today. He went from 10 points ahead in the championship battle to 10 points behind.
Came around one lap and they had a black flag out and they were trying to hold the number up. I couldn't see it, so I went another lap just to make sure. And they had number 20 on there, so there was oil coming down on my bike. It was real, it's kind of like, you know, my heart dropped, you know, just one of those things that happens. Come around the track and, you know, and hand the bike off to Kenny and show him, you know, the oil leak, and we knew exactly what had happened. We had a cracked oil tank, so hopefully that won't happen today.
Parker comes to Springfield on a roll. The Indy win 2 weeks ago finally earned him the record for career victories. He's free now to concentrate on the championship, and that would tie another career record if he can win it. Of course, Scotty's pretty well laid back. He claims he didn't feel all that much pressure to get that 41st victory.
Going into the race, you know, people says, is it bothering you? And I says, no, you know, I just got to go out there and do the best I can in each and every one of these races left. And it really wasn't bothering me, but I did notice once I did win the 41 that it was a little bit of a load off my shoulders. Okay, now let's go for the 42.
Our Camel Pro Dirt Track analyst here on ESPN is Bill Werner, who built that winning motorcycle for Scott Parker at Indianapolis, and I wonder how big a deal it is to have that record behind you now.
Well, being the champion, you continually live in a fishbowl. That fishbowl effect has been intensified with the quest for the new record. That record's behind him now. He only has to deal with the championship.
Let's talk about the race victory here today. Every time we talk to Chris Carr and Scott Parker, they say the same thing. I want to win this race, whatever day it is, and let the points take care of themselves. What do you see as the race strategy today?
Well, personally, I think it'd be more important for Chris Carr to win this race. He's never won here before. He's anticipating a late-season charge by Scott Parker. He wants to fend it off. He wants to stop him right here.
You, of course, are a little prejudiced because Parker's your guy. Will he make that late-season charge? Is he the guy to beat at all the races left on the schedule?
All the races left, he's won before, and he's won convincingly. The end of the season has traditionally been Scott Parker territory. I anticipate him to make a run at the end of the season. He'll be tough to beat.
Well, Carr and Parker can certainly expect a couple of challenges here today. One from Ricky Graham, the man who has won more races on this track than any other rider. The other from Ronnie Jones, who's still looking for that elusive first victory on a mile racetrack. He's been this close more than once. He hopes today will be the day. Those two are standing by with the third member of our telecast team, Larry Myers.
Thank you, Dave. And on my left, Mr. Springfield, Ricky Graham. More about that in just 1 second. Let's talk with Ronnie Jones. He's in third place in the standings, just 25 points out. Ronnie, you're not out of this thing at all.
Well, I'm not at 25 points that I've got to make up on Chris. And there's 4 races left and 20 points up for each race. That's a total of 80 points. So I've got my work cut out for me. It's not going to be easy, but if we can win here today, it sure help towards gaining some points on Chris and Scotty.
Well, regardless how the outcome of the season, how it ends, makes no difference. You have an opportunity here to be a spoiler.
Well, we do. This is the closest we've been at this point in the season to winning the championship. I'm closer than I've ever been, and I don't want to let this chance slip away from me. In third, I'm in a pretty safe third as far as anybody coming up from behind me and catching me. So I really don't have anything to lose. I can, really go for it and turn it on and try to win this thing here today.
We want to wish you the best of luck, Ron, and we'll turn our attention to the rider they call Mr. Springfield, and with good reason, Ricky Graham. 7 wins. He's the winningest rider here at Springfield. And, Rick, you won here in the May event, and I'm looking at your leathers, and actually this denotes a new motorcycle.
Yeah, I've changed rides this year, and I'm riding for Johnny Goat. We're the privateer team, but we're still riding the Hondas, and they're actually the Hondas that I used to ride for the Honda factory back in '85, so it's a really good ride, and I'm happy to have it.
An excellent ride, and I'd have to think that makes you one of the favorites, if not the favorite, out here today.
Well, I just enjoy racing here at Springfield, and I have a really good time, and to me, that's what racing's all about, just enjoying it, and it's good racing here at Springfield. It's a big, wide, fast racetrack, and when you have fun, it seems like you do better.
Well, Dave, most of the conversation centers around Chris Carr and Scott Parker in the battle for the championship. Got a couple of Honda riders here, though, that think different. Keep your eye on them. It's going to be an interesting afternoon.